Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and now is time to do the pockets for the inside cover. Also, I need to finish up that last, on page 4, I forgot to put the photo mat. I realized it last night while I was editing. Anyway, we're gonna finish that, mat those inside covers. Let's get started. Last night when I did this part, I forgot to put this photo mat, so we're gonna start there first. So we're still back to the matting the pages. See, I forgot it. I noticed it when I was editing. I was like, wait a second. Oh, well, how did I forget that? Alrighty. Now, as you can see, I didn't do the typical 1/4 inch. I went more in because I wanted to see, I do like this polka dot paper, and I'm using it as a neutral, and I like to see the polka dots, so that's why this photo mat is a little bit slimmer than the edge. If you don't want to see all this polka dot, then you can do the typical 1/4 inch on both sides. I think this is about 1/2 inch on both sides. I'm going to measure it now. Where is my ruler? Did you guys see the new Tim Holtz color? Yes, sidebar. What is it called? Salvaged patina? I was like, oh. So while I'm uploading the video, I'm going to be watching Tim Holtz's presentation because I didn't get to watch it earlier. But, hello, that color, nice. It's like a turquoise teal. You can check out Tim Holtz's YouTube channel. You'll see that he did a presentation, and when he does a presentation, he'll show you 900 different ways of the same color in all different mediums, you know, from distress stain to distress paint and embossing glaze, along with distress ink and distress oxide. But exciting day. If you are interested in getting it, this is the time to get it. I have a feeling this one will sell out very quickly because it's a very pretty color, and it's a color that can transition straight into summer and all those other type of projects. Alrighty, so this now is 3 3/4 by 3 1/4 inches. Let's see. Okay, so let me go 3 1/4. And then let me turn it back to 3 3/4. So let me see, this is a little bit longer. And let's get to that little bit of photo matting right. Oh yes, see? And then I did put a little flower. Now this flower, you know, only if you have that LDRS Creative slimline die set from HSN will you have this flower. But I mean, this is pretty much a standard flower. The only thing that makes it different, it does have stitching detail on the petals. So, you know, but you can, if you have that die, great, then you can use it. I think I'm going to take, see, just a little bit, because here I have more height here and not as wide here. So I'm going to take just a little bit more off. When I'm taking that little bit off, I'm going to use my Tim Holtz trimmer. Let me come down to about 3/8 of an inch. So that's 1/8 of an inch off. This just gives me a cleaner cut that small. Did you go on Amazon and take a look at that rotor trim? One day, you know, I've tried to win that. Okay, see how that looks more centered. I've tried to win that trimmer 4 times. Kathy King from Paper Phenomenon, she would have like little contests and giveaways. Because I tried to win it. It's $250. Well, you know, I have been, you know, looking at the Cricut Maker, which I'm just like, no, I'm not buying the Cricut Maker. You know, the last HSN show, or no, the one before that, my friend, she kept on like, oh, it's 300, Suzanne, get it. And I was like, yeah, but I don't use electronic die cut machines that much. And when I do use it, my Silhouette Cameo fulfills that need. I don't really need to have 3 or 4 electronic die cut machines. Anyway, I've been trying to win a Cricut Maker because I don't mind if I win it. At that point, I've been trying to win it at the crop. Maybe September, October. Maybe I can win one then when I go to the crop later on this year. Barbara normally she'll have like raffles and stuff. And honest truth, there was a crafter once. One day she won a brother scan and cut. That was, I think it was Friday evening, and then Saturday night she won the Cricut Maker on the same weekend. Everybody was like, what? Oh my goodness. But yeah, she won both machines. And it was not the cheap brother scan and cut. Yeah. So the rotor trim down, that was one that I was trying to hopefully win. But maybe one day I'll just, instead of getting a Cricut Maker, I'll be like, you know what? I like a good trimmer. Let me get a good trimmer. Oh, I was gonna bring my stamp. I forgot to bring my stamp, my place photo here. Okay, we'll go into that at the end, because when you do stamp, I'm gonna show you how to stamp so when you stamp it doesn't bleed onto everything, especially with all this white going on. Yeah, it can become an issue. Alrighty, now let's go into those inside pockets. So let's cut. We're gonna cut 2 pieces, 8 1/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to turn the cardstock like so and go 8 1/4 by 3 3/4. 2 pieces, so that's for the front and back pocket. There we go. And now we're going to make the pocket. Alrighty, take your scoreboard and we're going to score the pocket on the 3 sides. Let me get my scoring tool. So on the 8 1/4 inch side, you're going to go 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then on the 3 3/4 side, you're going to go 1/2 inch. So on the widest side, 2 1/2 inch score, and then on the shortest side, 1 1/2 inch score. Again, we're going to go 1/2 inch, and you can also come out to here, which would be 7 3/4. But if that bothers you, flip it and do 1/2. That's the easiest way. Rotate the cardstock to the 3 3/4 inch side, and then come down 1/2 inch. Alrighty. So on these 2 pieces, you're going to attach Scor-Tape. And I'm doing Scor-Tape because on that inside, on these inside album cover pockets, that's usually where, you know, we have a tendency of stuffing it with a lot of stuff. A lot of tags, a lot of photo mat assemblies, little booklets. So use something that has, you know, good lasting stick would be my recommendation. That's why I'm going Scor-Tape. You could also use a sheet of Avalanche here, the Basil Avalanche cardstock, instead of using the Michaels cardstock, you know, just to have something with a little bit more, what's the word? Something more sturdy to hold all the goodies in it, all the photo mats and everything. So apply your Scor-Tape, and I'm going to show you a second. And how you want to apply your Scor-Tape is right there along that edge. So I put the Scor-Tape not on the score line, but very, very close to the score line for this pocket. Same as before, okay? 3/8 of an inch. You can just middle it up a little bit more. Alrighty. Alrighty, so apply your Scor-Tape or double-sided tape. With pockets, I suggest not using the tape runner method. It's going to lift because these pockets are meant to hold things in and, you know, have a nice fit. Scor-Tape. Alrighty, and I also need to taper. I remembered that word. All right, oh, let me use the longer one. I need to taper. Remember, right there at the score line, right there off. Again, I'm going to go on the back, taper, and I'm going to do it on the inside here because I can't see a thing. Oh, let me put on my readers. Tell you, Walmart. Really, really, well, anywhere, but Walmart gives you a good deal on a set of readers. And there are my corners for my pocket. That looks good. Get rid of that. And you can cut both at this time. So I know I say cut and go, but that's usually for the pages. But for this pocket, you can do both of them at the same time. It's not gonna, you know, because you want to kind of match the front to the back, unless you do something different in the back. Normally though, for symmetry, the same pocket in the front is the same pocket in the back, but you know, of course it's your album, you can change it up. Sometimes when you see that I have a mini album with a waterfall, I either put it on the front or in the back page assembly or the back cover, because I have more stability there than putting it inside it. Definitely not in the middle of the mini album. Middle of the mini album is where you don't want to have too much bulk. It sort of creates this type of effect. Instead of it folding in nicely like a book, it'll be like, you know, folding out like a fan. Alrighty, bring your album in. So I zoomed down. This is the inside cover of your page 1 assembly. All right. Oh, you can see the F for front. Okay, see? That's why that's nice. Write it in pencil. If you're doing it in white, write it in pencil. If you're making this album in black, then it doesn't matter. Because unless you're cardstock, if you're using very thin cardstock, sometimes you can see. But then with the matting, it should cover it. But this is only 1 layer of matting. This is not 2 layers of matting. Aha. Alrighty. What I am looking for after my little sidebar, you want to line up the bottom of your pocket, the opening up this way, right here. And you want to center it here. Even if you're a little bit off, go more that way than here. What you don't want is your pocket landing here at your seam. See how it's landing right there where that like this is not really a score line. It is a little space where the album folds. You don't want your pocket landing here. You want your pocket landing about middling it, eyeballing from here about there. About there. See how it's kind of even on both sides, and I'm hitting this bottom. Alrighty, now I'm gonna see if I can get this on properly, because I'm gonna stand up. And if you are having issues, you know, matting the pages or putting on a pocket, stand up. Change your height. If it's not working in your craft room, maybe go in the kitchen with the counter, do it there, and then go back in your craft room. Just wherever you feel comfortable lining it up and seeing it. Because when you sit down and do it, sometimes it just doesn't work. And that's okay. So, you know, adjust yourself to get the right fit. Alrighty, let me come down here. Again, fingers create the height. So everything doesn't want to grab and hold like it's crazy. I'm gonna go this side first, there. And then I'm looking at the bottom here. Just see, that's not straight. That's more straight. That's what I'm looking for. Lightly. You don't want to mess with undo here, because you have adhesive under this too. You don't want to start lifting other things with the undo. So just take your time. Take your time. Alrighty. Burnish now. Burnish. Burnish. Burnish, 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 burnish. There we go. Pocket done. We're going to put on the next pocket. That's the back pocket. And again, remember your 3 sides? Your pocket loads that way. So if you find yourself sticking this way, yes, you made a mistake. Take something and lift it off. Even if it's not undo, at this point, you could probably use a craft knife and wiggle it, you know. Some people use heat, but with this, once you start to heat it, you're heating everything else. And at the end of the day, this is still all paper products. This is not made out of some sort of hard material. All right, now I'm feeling all left-handed here. Normally I would go upside down, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to confuse you. And when I say upside down, I mean I would rotate this whole album and stick it this way, but I'm not gonna do it. if that feels natural to you, do it. Because that feels more natural here for the back. Now I'm looking here and here. My fingers, the edge, middling. There we go, there we go. Yeah. Okay. See? I use this line as a guide and then just go straight out. You want to see even here and even here, not on that line. Close, I'm close to it here though for some reason, but it's okay. And there you have both your pockets. So if there's one sheet of paper that you really, really like, get 2 paper packs. Because right now I think it is still buy 1, get 2 free. I don't know next week what it'll be. But just look out for a sale. And if anything, if you don't use it, you can always return it. That's a good thing. I think if you return it, they on the receipt it'll show $6.33 each. So you can, is this $6.33 or 6 something? Yeah, it's $6 and something each. So you can always return one. So if you, because I see now I'm working from 2. Alrighty, so I have that. Let me go into my scraps for this part. Polka dots are up here. My neutral is that part. You know, I had actually pulled this out. I was gonna put this in here, but it was just so wild. I was just like, no, it's okay. But I had the thought for a second, you know. So change up whatever you want to change up. If you're like, I love that pattern, I must use it, go ahead. But I know if this is your first album and you're not used to all of this type of pattern and how to have it flow, more than welcome to follow what I'm doing here. Alrighty. Okay, so let's go now with, all right, so this is gonna be 7 inches, 7 by 3. Put this over here. I can cut both at the same time because I use both papers. I use both of the same patterns on both the front and the back. 7 by 3. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut this. In this instance, even though it seems to be a free-flowing pattern, those petals are up. So the orientation is actually this way. You see right there? See, if I turn it like so, you have your petals going down. Just notice that. Like, just take a moment and look at how the pattern is running. So I'm gonna take off some of this noise up here, just a little bit, and then cut it down. Let me go 3, and again another 3. I was gonna go 7 and then 3, but my head is not functioning properly right now. 3 by 7. 7 inches. So here we are cutting both pieces, 3 by 7. I'm going to take off a little bit of that edge. Just looks so plain. 3 by 7. This will mat both the front and the back. Inside covers, I have 2 sheets left here. This small, I can probably put something over it and turn them into tags. Why not? And then now, let's also cut this inside part. Going to measure. So this would also be 7 wide, the height. Where I want my height to land, starting right here, where this top part is. Let me see if I can show you. Right there. See right there where the hinge is? You want the paper to be there. So I'm going to measure from there. So I'm going to come in 5 3/4. So 5 3/4 by 7 inches. So in this case, I can now get 2 out of this. I want to use this side. 7 inches wide. So don't go 5 well, you could go 5 3/4, but I'm getting more out of it this way. 7 inches wide. See, I get a nice big piece here that I can use. And then 5 3/4 because 2 6s make the 12 inches. So 5 3/4. And you don't want this. If you're wondering, then why even cut off this? Why not just leave it at 6 inches? When you have too much depth going into a pocket, it becomes much harder to control pushing it into the pocket. So normally you want to go in that 1/2 inch down, not more than that. I have done it once or twice because of, you know, picky about my pattern. But know that, you know, if you're new at doing this, don't do it that way, because you're going to end up getting stuck. The more depth you have in here is the more this pocket gets tighter and tighter to get into and to control. When you're up here, it's lighter, it's easier. Once you keep going, let's say 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch down here, oh, it becomes, oh, I see what she was saying. Let me pull it out and cut that piece off. Now, let's say, for example, sidebar, but an important sidebar. Okay, so you put your tape on here, and you're about to insert it, and you're like, wait a second, I forgot to make it 5 3/4 inches. Let me cut it off with my trimmer. Try not to cut it off with your adhesive exposed. What you can do, let me show you. Even if it's using your tape glider, what you can do, if you have exposed tape, before you cut it, just to save your trimmer and not have your trimmer get gunky, take a piece of your release paper, just go back in your trash, pull it out, and cover up what you're going to put in that trimmer and cut to shorten. Because if you keep cutting on any of these trimmers with a ton of adhesive, it becomes gunky. That's when things are not going to be straight anymore. That's when you're going to have to end up replacing blades a lot. And it's just, yeah. So if you have to do it, go like this. I mean, if you're really good with a straight edge, then definitely go like this and cut it off. And I would even still put this on just to not gunk up everything, you know? Let your blades last longer. Alrighty, so, oh, there's no top here. But I am gonna put, let me use the scrapbook.com. One part across the top. As a matter of fact, for the cover, guess what? I'm gonna do 3 sides. Soften that bottom that goes into the pocket. If you are having issues making the pocket before, you can come about there and stop. Leave that 1/2 inch then, and then we'll still go soft here. So you can, so you won't get that immediate grab and have to be like, I just ruined the album. And you know, I remember once I was in a workshop, and you know, in workshops, workshops are always nice because you're exploring something new. And I did a workshop. It was like a mixed media workshop. And my crafty friend, one of my crafty besties, she is the mixed media queen. I mean, she can just knock it out. For me, I was like, oh my gosh, wait a second. There I had some adhesive exposed. And there was a lady sitting, not right beside me, but like one over. And she, because we were doing like a clock and putting stuff in and using distress, I don't even remember what it was, stain and all this other stuff. It wasn't working out for her. And she started crying, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was like, yeah. So I don't want you to, that's why you'll see me stop sometimes and tell you certain things just to avoid you getting too frustrated. Because you're at home and you're making this by yourself and you're like, but Suzanne made it look easy. Why is it not easy? It's your first time doing it. So you know, you have to do that whole training wheels. So what I did, because this is the inside cover, I am using double-sided adhesive, but I stopped because I'm giving you right here where you can be softer going in. Have I done score tape on all 4 corners? Of course, yeah. But have made a lot of mini albums. a lot. Not every mini album I have made have you seen it shown on this channel either. So I've made a lot of mini albums. And I've given albums as gifts to friends and family, and you know. All right, I'm going to stand up now for this. Try not to get too frustrated. We don't need the crying. Just Just, you know, relax. But I know this is a lot of paper. Yes, I do know that. I do understand that. Trust me, I do. That's why I keep conserving on the Scor-Tape. Alrighty, so now here, see up there at the top? I don't know if you can see it. See that edge? That's my, I'm gonna put something there so you can see what I'm hitting, what I'm trying to hit. Using a little bit of, there we go. You know what? Let me use this side, hold on. Alrighty, so I put one of my Post-its, the same page Post-its, right there where the hinge is. And I'm aiming for this to cover that edge and also still be even in here. That's why I zoom the camera down so you can see. Fingers again, sticking on the edge. And okay, this is my soft edge. Okay, good thing I looked. And I'm going to wiggle, 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 and bring it up. Look at my sides. See, I can still go left and right because I have my fingers are giving it that height. Let me just go like this. Let me go there. Yeah. There. Pull this off. And there I go. Burnish. Do do do. Do 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 do. So now I brought the camera back out and I'm going to do the back. And I'm going to do the back at this height because sometimes maybe it was harder to see it at the bottom. I don't know until I'm editing and then I'm watching it like, oh, I should have done it this way. All right, so I'm going to still put my little Post-it to hit that edge. So use that as a guide. So it's hitting right above that, you see what I'm saying? It's hitting right above the hinge because I want this to land at the hinge. Meaning it needs to be right there, okay? Alrighty, so now I'm going to put adhesive on this sheet. Going to stop here about 1/2 inch up so I can go in soft. Oops. And let me put Scor-Tape like so. Soften the adhesive. Could you use wet glue? Yeah. Do I like it? No. You know, it's nice to have all your pages looking smooth, flat, and seamless. Seriously. So why not, you know, if you can manage it, you could, if you want to be able to get more wiggle, put just a light bead on top of here so then it won't grab as quickly. You can do that too. But eventually you're going to get to that point if you keep making the albums that you won't even need to do that. You will need to do that if the pocket is crazy tight and it's a different configuration. Here you still have a little bit of a lift. All right, I'm going to stand up. That's my soft part. And you see I go in one corner at a time. Then I start looking for that top and looking at the sides. Nice. Yeah, there we go. And burnish. Alrighty. Now we're going to do that matting, remember? Flower up. Okay, this, I could use I could use my ATG gun, but I don't think I go double-sided. But you could use your tape runner. I'm just going to go double-sided though. Pockets take a lot of pressure, so, but I don't necessarily have to go Scor-Tape. I could just go this cherry tape and I'm pretty good. Alrighty, remove, and I'm going to stand up to center. We're keeping this line, running it straight down, center, 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 top and bottom, side to side. There we go. Burnish. Pocket done, inside pocket. And then now to the front, which you could, if it helps you to focus, keep that page 1 in place. Why not? Doesn't hurt anything and it doesn't hurt anybody. That Post-it is not gonna, it's not gonna tear anything. Again, I'm going to use the cherry tape. And they have it in stock. I was looking, I got an email from them and I saw something. I was like, what's that? And I went on and then I saw that I have some more cherry tape in my cart. I like that it's 60 yards. It's a pretty big roll, and all this card making and mini album making. And I'm trying, you know, trying to conserve what score tape I do have because it gets so pricey. Now remove the tape backing. Okay, so I remove the tape backing, flip it over. My petals that way. Unless you want it that way, but it looks upside down to me. So I'm doing the petals up. And I'm going to stand up again because at this angle sitting, I can't see where I need to line up. Again, middling, going from those two sides, coming straight down. And if you notice that your pages are short or a little off, double check your cutting, then check your trimmer. Make sure that your trimmer is cutting straight. If your trimmer doesn't cut straight, these edges won't line up. They'll start skewing off a little bit and you'll be like, wait a second, why is this shorter than that? And they're supposed to be both, you know, 7 1/4 inches, or, you know, then it's your trimmer. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the inside pockets. And I did this. Alrighty. So we did the inside pockets there. Alrighty, crafters, so we did the inside pockets. Next up, we're gonna do the covers. So until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.